Welcome.
Thank you. My girlfriend will love the shoes.
These are my Coda shoes. I'm
Yeah.
in Texas. I got
Exactly.
stars.
Hi, I'm Loris Baz and I'm racing for the Horse Racing at DUCATI New York.
Quiet in the set, please.
I really wish you guys would have prepared me for this stuff. You?
Me.
Okay. My name is Bobby Fong, and I ride for Team Hammer M4S Car Suzuki.
I'll try.
We're rolling quiet, please.
My name's Josh Herrin. I'm number 2, racing the Fresh and Lean Attack Yamaha in the Superbike class.
First thing you're gonna do is say my name is and your team name to me.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
My name is Mathew Scholtz, WESTBY Racing.
It's time to feel the pressure. It's been building all off-season. A 5-time champion will no longer dominate the field. The podium awaits unfamiliar footsteps. The grid is wide open for a title run, and the #1 plate is up for grabs. Who has the grit and endurance to stand on top at the end? The beauty of this sport is to watch the unexpected unfold. There are those that will thrive in the pressure, and there are those that will take a dive in it. When the pressure rises, who will rise with it? The MotoAmerica preseason test at COTA in Austin, Texas, provided the teams and riders a chance to refine their race setup as they return from a shorter than usual off-season. It's the first chance for Frenchman Loris Baz to see his competition up close. It was Jake Gagne's first look at his new teammate. And for Bobby Fong, it's his first time back on a Suzuki after capturing 3rd in the championship in 2020.
We missed a lot of track time for no particular reason whatsoever, nobody's fault, but obviously we're here to win the championship. I think the toughest competition will be, I think Jake Gagne, obviously, and Loris Baz, for sure. Loris is obviously a world-class rider. He's been MotoGP, everything. You know, he has a full package behind him, so that would definitely be tough. Jake is, you know, he's on factory Yamaha team. It's his 2nd year, and he was battling up front a lot of the times last year, so I expect him to take another step forward this year for sure.
This class is still stacked with guys. It's going to be a great year racing, a lot of good battling, I know for sure. Josh Scholtz is going to be fast. The Suzukis with Cam and Bobby are going to be fast. We got a couple of guys on some new bikes coming in from Europe, Loris from on the Ducati, and yeah, it's going to be a stacked class, so it'll be fun racing with those guys. Being teammates with Josh Herrin, obviously, we've all raced the guy for a long time, and I've never been his teammate, so it's good. We've got to do some testing so far in this preseason, and we all know he's extremely talented, and so it'll be good to have another teammate You know, that's going to really push the program, and hopefully we can make each other keep going faster and faster and get these Yamahas at the front.
So going into 21, there's a lot of pressure on my shoulders because Cameron going to Moto2 opened the seat up and made it possible for me to be here. But he left with winning however many races, 17 races or something like that. So there's a lot of pressure on my shoulders to you know, hopefully take his place and win a bunch of races. Everybody knows that the bike's capable of it. I feel the pressure for sure, but it is really hard going from one bike to another, especially when it's a different manufacturer. Even now, you know, I've been on 2 different manufacturers the last 2 years, and now I'm getting on a bike that I've rode on basically my whole life. But it's still difficult just going back to that bike, even though I know it. It's just such a big difference from the last 2 I've been on. So, and I think I'd do better under pressure. So I think it's a good pressure to have, and it's good that we got Baz coming over because it's an opportunity for us to shine as American riders, and hopefully put on a good show for everybody.
I know the competition is high, and especially the top 4 is really fast. We saw that in the last couple of years. I know the 2 guys to beat are always the Yamaha guys here, but also Bobby will be really fast. I know how tough they are. They know the track very well, and I know they're fast riders. So I know it's not an easy job, but I think I have all the key in my hands to fight for this championship and to bring it home. So I don't want to have done this for nothing. So I don't see myself coming back to Europe with nothing in the hand. So I need to bring back a trophy home.
I want you to kind of finish a sentence for me. When the pressure rises,
Yeah, when the pressure rises, I'm there for it. I'm present and I'm ready to take on whatever comes in the now.
When the pressure rises, I put the hammer down and ride as hard as I possibly can.
You could not be fast without pressure. You know, I mean, the pressure is what gives you the motivation to be able to train hard when you are not on the bike.
When the pressure rises, obviously I feel the pressure, but I'm not folding under the pressure. If I feel the heat, I feel the heat off the bike. You know, when I go on the bike, that heat goes away. I'm just going to do my thing.
Despite Bobby not getting any seat time on his Superbike in the off-season, he walked out of the preseason test with the fastest lap time, just ahead of Loris Baz. Coming up, we hear from Bobby Fong's new teammate, Cameron Petersen, as he prepares for his first season on a Superbike with M4. South African Cameron Petersen has been working to get a factory-supported Superbike ride since he came to America in 2015. Last year, he won the Stock 1000 Championship and the Superbike Cup, so it was just a matter of who would sign him and not when.
My name is Cameron Petersen, riding for the M4 X-Star Suzuki team. Having a season like I had last year gave me so much confidence, and knowing that I was able to win and I can run with these guys kind of gave me a little bit of extra belief in myself that this is what I'm meant to do and that I can do it, you know.
His goal this year was to win a championship in Stock 1000 Altus Motorsports. I don't know what kind of deal he has, but he got the most exposure than anybody, I think, this year, because he has taken a bike that didn't win last year and won with regularity this year.
If anybody deserves it, it's him.
He started off the year so well, second and first.
You know, he's had to dig deep a couple of times. His career hasn't been, you know, that easy. You know, almost gave up a few times, but dug deep, and it's cool to see him get rewarded this year. He's finally put it all together. You know what's going through his emotions right now, the sacrifices that his family has made for him,
no doubt,
you know, for his whole career.
It's everything I ever worked for. My family sacrificed everything for us to get to this point. So the fact that I got the call and signed the contract, I think even made the sacrifice that much sweeter, or it actually made the sacrifice worth it, you know. So yeah, there was some times back in 2017 and stuff where, you know, away from the racetrack, my life was pretty rough, and yeah, it seems At the moment, everything's going good. I mean, my relationship with my family, my parents, it's unbreakable at the moment. So yeah, everything away from the racetrack just seems like it's on the right track. And me and my fiance are doing great. We just got a house together. I like to think I'm a fighter. You know, when it comes down to it, good luck. Yeah, last turn, last lap, good luck. That's all I can say.
Cameron has been nursing an ankle injury since an awkward landing, riding motocross in the off-season. Between that and his fiancée, Nina, not making the trip to Atlanta, there's more than racing that's on his mind.
Yeah, my foot was just one of those stupid incidents. I didn't even crash. I just overjumped the jump and separated some stuff in my foot, and didn't seem that bad at the time. No bones were broken or anything, but it's been like over a month and a half now, and it definitely had a little bit of effect on my preseason training and preparation, but you know, nonetheless, we're here, we're ready to go, and can't wait. Golf is kind of the one activity that really gets me away from kind of my everyday life, and it's a hobby that I just absolutely love. I love being outdoors. You know, I love nature, and it's just super cool to be able to get my fiance come play some golf with me. You know, she knows how to swing a golf club. She doesn't play too badly, and it's nice quality time together. Kind of get away from the everyday life, which is always kind of revolved around motorcycles, and golf is kind of that exit from my everyday life, I guess.
Just love these days where even if it's like bad weather, it's still such a nice experience to just hang out with him and just spend time together. I think that was a really good shot. Oh, nice, babe. Beautiful shot.
I think that went a little long there. It sucks not having her here in my corner, but I know she's back home and she's glued to that TV and watching timing, and she's here in spirit, so I feel that. And but at the end of the day, I'm here to do my job, and that's win races. I miss you, my love, and can't wait to get you back at a race. Let's go dig our balls out.
The first morning of the season didn't start out too well for Josh Herrin. A blown engine on his first lap had him watching practice session 1. Just like last year at Road Atlanta, he got off to a rough start.
Some big problems going on for the Shy-B Racing BMW, and it looks like Herrin's gonna get going.
He's actually pulling off the track. Yeah, he's got an issue with the bike right now. He's going to have to start from the end of pit lane. That's what's going on, Greg.
I don't know.
So he's trying to get the bike back down. Just what you want to be doing, just running the bike backwards down pit lane.
Well, the problem is,
he's only got to go to about right there.
During times like these, Josh leans on his wife, Rachel.
So having, you know, my wife around is a huge help for me, not just at the track, but when we're at home preparing. You know, she's always there, ready to go on a bicycle ride with me. You know, she wasn't quite strong enough on the bicycle, so we got her electric bicycle, and now she's kicking my butt every time we go for a ride.
Go, Josh, you're 2 for a reason. I want to be 1.
She kind of got me more into training because the past couple years ride bicycles a lot together. To me, it's always been a fun way for us to hang out and do things together.
I feel pretty lucky I'm able to be on pretty much the same schedule he's on now. It's nice, it keeps me in shape, but it also keeps him motivated to go. Because if I'm just at home or I'm gonna go do something fun, he's not wanting to go to the gym. I try to keep up with him, but I do about half the weight and half the stuff. But I think it's nice, we spend a lot of time together.
I think that when we found out that Rachel was pregnant, my training stepped up huge. For whatever reason, maybe it was because I want to make more money or I wanted to do good for him or something, but it's helped me, and I don't want it to come off the wrong way, but it's helped me kind of find that new motivation. Not that I needed motivation, but it helped me get to that next level, I guess you could say. You know, just thinking about him being at the track one day, see me win a race or something is what makes me want to just do really well. I've always wanted a kid, and it just wasn't the right time in my life. I met Rachel and knew that this is a person I wanted to raise a family with. I think it's different because I so badly wanted a child during my career so that he or she could be there for the whole thing. And it's a little bit later in my career, but I hope to be around for a few more years, and I want him to be, you know, grown up at the track and meet all my friends and, you know, peers at the track and stuff. So that's what I'm most excited about, I think, is just to not be that dad that was like, oh yeah, I had a great career. Like, I want him to be going to school like, oh, my dad's a champion or something like that. Like,
What will it be like seeing Josh as a dad?
Now I'm gonna cry.
You're good. You're okay. Take a minute if you need it.
Literally, the day I met Josh, all he wanted was a baby, so I'm really looking forward to it. When he's doing good and successful, it makes me happy, but I know being a dad will be his biggest success.
Up next, the first race of the season. With some nice Georgia weather in the forecast, the field looks to put up some fast times in qualifying. Never racing here before, Loris Baz put in 26 laps in Friday morning's practice. He's feeling good sitting in third after the first qualifying session.
Yeah, I'm more than happy, honestly. I didn't expect to be that quick, feeling that good on the bike. We didn't ride the bike since Austin. We have only 2 days on that bike. And I don't know the place, and the place is it's awesome. I really love the track, but the first part is really challenging and you have to find the right line. I improved the lap time every lap I did, so it's, yeah, really happy. I feel good. I'm sure I would still learn the track in Q2 tomorrow and in race 1. Yeah, I think being in the top 3 is what we need for the race.
Right after putting in his fastest lap of the session, on lap 16, Jake Gagne put his bike into the gravel trap on the outside of turn 10B. He walked away injury-free and on provisional pole.
It's Friday, Road Atlanta. It's finally good to get the first race weekend of the year going, and yeah, we started off good. We made some great improvements in the off season. We got a couple new guys on the team on my side, new crew, and we've been gelling really well. The bike's working really good here, and I love this track. I've always loved Road Atlanta, and this Yamaha really likes it too. So we'll go back to the truck tonight, see if we can make a couple little tweaks, couple little improvements, because these guys are going to be coming for me tomorrow. I know that. So it's just good to be back racing with everybody.
Running in second on Saturday in qualifying, Mathew Scholtz made a mistake in turn 7 and found himself up against the air fence. After gathering himself and his Yamaha, on the next lap, he went out and set the fastest lap to capture pole, topping Jake Gagne's time from Friday.
To come out on top was really nice, you know, considering the short pre-season time that we had and coming off a pretty serious injury last year. We missed the final 6 heats of the 2020 season, you know, and that's not so bad physically, but it's more just that like crucial setup time and figuring more things out on the bike. One of the biggest helping points for me this year was we found a couple more horsepower during the off season. And you know, last year we were kind of suffering with our top speed, so I think this year having one of the quicker bikes should be a really big help for me if we kind of do get into those battles.
Three minutes. Generators and tire warmers to the cold side, please. Bikes off the stands, engines running. Clear the grid, clear the grid. Copy that, let's go ahead and clear for the grid. On grid.
Away we go. A good launch from Mathew Scholtz in the middle. And it looks like the number 11 Scholtz on the WESTBY Racing Yamaha will take it in the home race.
The start was really good. For once, last year, that was somewhere that I suffered badly. And I kind of always qualified well, you know, second, third kind of thing, and I always got shuffled back out of the top 5 or 6, and that really made it difficult for me. So that was something that we worked on during the pre-season testing, so kind of nice to get the whole shot for once.
Jake Gagne uses the horsepower and the draft of the freshly attack performance Yamaha to go around Scholtz, and he'll take the spot for the moment. So the 32 had it, but here comes Scholtz deep on the brakes into turn 10. Advantage, Mathew Scholtz.
Well, you said for a moment, and it was just that, only a moment. Mathew Scholtz is here to fight. He wants to start getting some wins for his team. You always hear the respect from the team and from Mathew to his team. And Jake Gagne's got a problem. As they go through the last corner, Gagne's bike looks like it's expired on the front straightaway, Greg.
So Gagne, unfortunately for him, he's got to pull off the racetrack.
We had a crash in qualifying. Low side of the bike tumbled, and I think it yanked on the harness a bit, and then we had a sensor go down, and that caused one of the cylinders to go lean, and it eventually smoked it. Yeah, I mean, that kind of stuff happens in racing, so everyone gives up a race or two, and so we gave up ours early on, so we'll make sure we don't do that again.
On lap 14, Baz catches Scholtz to set up what looks like a head-to-head battle to the finish. But on the following lap, Baz makes a mistake at turn 10A.
Baz goes down! So Loris Baz under pressure. Wow. Tried to hold on to that lead and just asked too much from that Dunlop front tire. And down goes Baz. He's going to remount quick.
I saw Baz crash, you know, with 5 laps to go, and right when that happened, they got a little gap between me and Scholtz, and I was like, you know, I'm going to settle in. You know, I know it's a long season. The first race, it was good points for second place, and you know, we settled in. But I think tomorrow, if I get a better start and we need to work on a few things, you know, we have the pace to be up front, and we just got to stay smart and consistent, and hopefully we'll be there then.
Checker flag, checker flag.
Put your hands together. It's Mathew Scholtz with a big win here at Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta, our first race winner of the season. Josh Herrin, the number 2, brings it home for a podium.
Josh Herrin ends up 9.8 back behind Bobby Fong, so he kept closing that gap down. Cam Petersen, tremendous job, finishing 4th in his debut in Superbike on that M4. Kyle Wyman's going to roll across in 5th.
I've never been the guy that celebrates rain wins or when somebody gets a DNF. You know, you always got to be happy with it because you're there, but you can't be satisfied with it, I think. I want to get it when everybody's healthy, when everybody's bike's working. So if we can be on the podium again tomorrow and just closer to the front, I'll be really happy.
I wanted to get Matt up on my shoulders. I have before, but there was so much going on that I couldn't. But yeah, I mean, I want to enjoy it all, and I want my team to enjoy it all, and I want them to be overly happy when stuff like this happens, because we don't know when it's going to happen again. And man, it was either doing all that or crying. I'm real good at crying, but
on the last lap through, it was difficult to kind of concentrate because I knew that I, you know, was there, and with all the struggles with the off-season injury and the travel ban with the whole COVID deal and missing my wife and my family, it's been a really difficult time for me. But to get this win, it really gives me confidence back. And usually you like to kind of grow the season and sort of peak, you know, later on. But I kind of won the first one, so hopefully it's not downhill from this point.
Coming up, Jake Gagne and Loris Baz both look for redemption.
When you go on a new track, everything seems so fast because you're not used to the corners and the thing, and everything seems like it's rushing to you. And when you go to sleep and you wake up, you come the next day and everything seems bigger, slower, just because I think your brain took all the information that needed in the first day.
Racing can be unpredictable, and things don't always go to plan. But the harder days are what make the victories that much sweeter. Loris Baz did not have the MotoAmerica debut he hoped for. Jake Gagne's mechanical issue was beyond his control. And with a rule change this season, both of them will be forced to start farther back on the grid because they did not finish race 1. The only thing predictable is that none of these riders like finishing anywhere but on top.
It feels good, you know, to get some points, I guess, but you know, you got to smile on the podium, but it's a bummer. I don't want to be finishing third, and I don't want to be finishing 16 seconds back.
Mindset's the same, honestly. Just trying to stay as positive as I can and try to win races. That's my job. That's what I'm here to do. I'm not here to make friends or be buddy-buddy with you. I just want to get my job done and go home. That's all I want to do. You know what I mean? Nothing has changed with my mindset. I'm here to steal that next position from you.
I got the end goal in sight, you know, and we want to win that championship, and so we'll do what we got to do, and the rest, we'll see what happens. Let it fall into place.
I'm hungry. I know they are as well, but yeah, it's going to take a lot for them to try to take this away from me, you know. I honestly believe I just want this more than anybody.
We know what we are here for, is to bring the title home, and let's start bringing the most points possible every race.
You know, last year, I think finishing second to Cameron Barbier was considered good, but this year we need to actually take some victories and bring home those 25 points.
I'm never gonna quit. That's what sets me apart. What I've been through to build this race team from the ground up. There's so many times I could have thrown in the towel, so I'm not gonna quit. And I may not finish first every weekend. I may not be on the podium on some weekends. I may, you know, end up in the gravel on some weekends, but I'm coming back. So that's it.
Rider number 33, Kyle Wyman, had a top 5 finish in race 1. As a team owner, he's a true privateer that without support from all corners of the motorsports industry and beyond, wouldn't be able to keep his team in the paddock. This season, he brought a brand new non-endemic sponsor on board to support his Superbike program.
KWR is my team. This is my 10th season running a team in this series, so I'm definitely a man of a lot of hats. Team owner, sales, sponsorship, marketing, logistics, you name it, I'm in charge of it. So yeah, it's a heavy load for me to try to you know, run a team and ride the bike, but something I've been doing for a while, and I feel like I'm getting the hang of it. We had a couple really strong results in 2020, but we wanted to improve the program as much as we could technically and operationally. So we really pushed hard to try to find new sponsorship, new suppliers, just to try to improve from the inside out, really. And I feel like we've done that. From the beginning of the off season, we really didn't have a solid plan to start because we didn't really know what we were going to have for budget. But been pushing hard on the sponsorship side, just trying to generate something new, and we definitely did that with Panera Bread, so I'm really excited. It takes a lot to be competitive in Superbike as a privateer especially, so to have the backing of a company like this is it's motivating, and it feels amazing to be able to bring this brand to the sport. As a rider, you put so much weight on your end result at the end of the day on the race weekend, and you know, what I've been able to accomplish off the track this winter has made me just feel more confident as a person, as a team owner, and I think that calmness is going to carry over into producing great results for us this year on the bike. So as if the Superbike program wasn't enough, I'm also going to be racing in the MotoAmerica King of the Baggers series for the factory Harley-Davidson Screaming Eagle team. And this is something that's very important to me, very important to Harley-Davidson. It's been a lifelong dream of mine actually to be a factory Harley-Davidson rider since I grew up in a Harley-Davidson dealership that was built by my family. So Harley-Davidson is what actually got me into motorcycles from the beginning, and without deviating from my path in motorcycle road racing, Harley has found its way back into my life, and I'm going to be road racing the Road Glide Special for Screaming Eagle Harley-Davidson.
The importance of sponsorship isn't limited to the privateers. Josh Herrin also brought a previous partnership to his new team as title sponsor for the season.
Fresh and Lean was, I know they've been a sponsor of mine for a few years. Thomas, one of the owners, approached me and said, hey, we're really happy with everything you're doing, but it's obvious that it would be better if you were winning races, so we want to see you on something that you could win on. Is there any way we can help? So I approached Tom Halverson, maybe in August or July, and brought this to his attention that, hey, I could potentially bring a sponsor to the team to help out. And that was something for me that, a lot of people look down on. They think it's bad that somebody does that, but I think they need to realize that it's actually good. I was one of those people as well, but now I'm in the position where I have a sponsor that was so happy with the performance of everything that we were doing for them that they wanted to then give 5 times the amount of money to be on a bigger spot on somebody's bike. And now they're helping a bunch of people in the series and creating jobs at the team, because who knows what would happen if there was no title sponsor. Fresh and Lean coming in was a huge decision, I'm sure, for Yamaha, and I'm, at first was a little embarrassed about it, but now I'm really proud that I was able to bring that to them and make this deal happen.
Next, a fired-up Jake Gagne looks to chase down Scholtz in race 2, while Loris Baz fights the rising pressure. It's Sunday and time for race 2 at Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta. Mathew Scholtz is still on a high from capturing the first win of the season. It was no small feat when you consider that just 6 months ago, he underwent major surgery on his leg after a season-ending crash in Indianapolis. Will his serious injury from the 2020 season start to wear on him?
We missed the final 6 heats of the 2020 season, and that's not so bad physically, but it's more just that crucial setup time and figuring more things out on the bike.
Oh, there's oil on the track. There's got to be something down from David's crash.
That's it.
There's got to be something on the track there, Greg, because I saw both the M4 bikes lose the front. Then I see Scholtz crash. And then look at Corey Alexander there, just hit some stuff as well. These guys are all going through here. There's got to be something on the track. Scholtz is down, and it looked like he got thumped pretty bad by a motorcycle behind him. You're going to see Bobby Fong up out of the seat. There he goes. Tony's sideways as well. Zanetti just inside of it. And then see the front from both the guys behind. The front gets lost, and you're going to see Cameron Bobier's bike is going to come along and hit Mathew Scholtz right in the back right here, and that's a big thump.
That is a big thump.
Yeah, let's hope that Mathew is okay. You can see Herrin knows something's on the ground. Michael Gilbert comes through.
There's definitely some type of fluid on the racetrack. Speculation, of course, from us at the moment is that it's some type of oil.
I got about 6 or 7 screws in my talus bone, and I got a anchor that attaches the quad tendon onto my kneecap. So, and also last year, February, I broke my collarbone and have a plate across there, so I'm kind of collected a couple hardware bits last year. I could definitely feel today in the last couple of laps of the second practice that my knee was starting to get sore, which is surprising me. But it's just one of those things, and I think once the visor drops and you're kind of racing, you kind of forget about those things.
Getting ready for the race start for Hono Superbike race number 2 here at Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta. Upper left part of your screen, those lights, you can hear the limiters on. Oh, and it looks like maybe Bobby Fong on the front row rolled a little bit.
Just a little bit creeping. I'm not really sure, Greg. I mean, Bobby got a great start.
Hey, lady control. Go ahead. Please review row 1. Row 1. Copy, row 1.
While race control is looking at Bobby's possible jump start, he's trying to gap the field in case he has a penalty.
Bobby Fong, Scholtz, Herrin, and Gagne. Gagne goes by Herrin as they go into turn 6. So already Gagne, who was quickest in our warm-up, has already made very quick work of all this entire field. He's going to be able to draft these two guys as they come onto the back straightaway on the first lap.
I tried so hard to get a good start. I slipped the clutch, and then luckily from the experience last year, I knew which way to adjust the clutch. So I was going down the straightaway trying to figure it out, and then once I got that dialed in, I knew the bike would keep rolling. Then tried to make some passes. Matt was tough.
10A they come. Mathew Scholtz a little out of shape, but able to get back to it. Gagne now up into third spot around Josh Herrin. Oh, so close. Here they come down the hill.
Control to start. 5-0. Jump start. 5-0. Jump start. Copy that.
With Bobby Fong's jump start penalty, he'll have to ride through pit lane within 5 laps at 60 kilometers per hour. At this point, Mathew Scholtz makes his move.
Less than 15 laps to go in this one as the 11 is deep in the draft of Bobby Fong. He pulls out, and it is going to be Mathew Scholtz to the lead.
And I kind of got into a little bit of a dogfight up front. And then Jake passed me, and then he managed to get past Bobby pretty quickly after that. And then come out of corner 10B, Bobby pulled off, and I thought something might have happened to his bike. But after that, and I think I had to settle for second today. I mean, Jake was riding awesome.
And Greg, I'm looking out my window right now, and there is a board at start finish with the number 50 on it.
So Fong is going to serve his penalty.
It is what it is. It's a part of racing, and I'm happy to get 5th. And we came out of this race healthy. We left at one podium this weekend. I just got to say sorry and apologize to my team, and we'll work on it for next round. But happy to get some decent points and move on, and just improve from this weekend.
5-0 ride through completed at speed.
Right as Fong was coming out of pit lane, Loris Baz was having trouble with his bike and was forced to pull in.
The beginning of this championship, everyone talking about him being the championship favorite. A lot of people discounting these riders right here as Baz comes in. Everybody's going to be chasing Loris Baz, and that has not panned out so far at the beginning of the season.
When we come back, the Race 2 winner is crowned.
For me, I've always loved Road Atlanta, back here on 600s and back here on 125s on the Rookies Cup days. I've always loved this place. I've had good races here, and yeah, all those direction changes and the physicality of this place, it's tough. It's one of the tougher places, but that's why I like it, all the elevation, the ups and the downs. And like you said, if you can have a good whole package here that works well together and makes your life easier throughout the 19 laps, it really makes a difference throughout the race.
2 second place finishes here last year. Have you won? You haven't won a Superbike race yet.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, surprisingly.
And here's the leader, Greg, now. Last we looked, he had 0.4, 0.5 on the number 11 of Mathew Scholtz. He has now opened that up to over 1.7 seconds lead. You can see it. It's probably going to be closer to 2 seconds now as he's ran back-to-back fastest laps of the race.
As Jake Gagne stretches his lead on Scholtz, Loris Baz gets back in the race to try and scrape up any points he can.
Loris Baz back out of the race course. Warhorse HSBK Racing Ducati New York entry. He's a few laps down in this one, so.
Yeah, it's sad that is, because this is just kind of one of those things where you're hoping you might be able to score some points, backdoor some points, but it's going to be very difficult at this spot.
And Bobby Fong climbs his way into 5th, closing in on his teammate, Cameron Petersen.
How about Cam Petersen, M4X Star Suzuki, ahead of his teammate Bobby Fong only by 1 position, but by about 7 seconds. But Petersen, in the conversation that I had with him this morning, Jason, it's just such a smile on his face. He's so excited to be in this position, something he's wanted his entire life.
one lap I came by and I looked over and the whole team was on the side of the wall. They were like, come on, you can do this, you know. And I thought to myself, I was like, all right, 2 more laps, just do it for them. And unfortunately, I ran out of steam, you know. No other way to say it.
One of the things the team did, Jason, to make Cam Petersen more comfortable on that bike, they put his bars out a little bit wider so he didn't have to use as much muscle to get some leverage.
Yep.
Little bit embarrassing, not gonna lie. I don't like fading like that. I don't wanna, you know, I take pride in my fitness, I really do. So a little bit embarrassing, but at the same time, I can take away so many positives from this weekend.
And here you go, Bobby Fong, 5th place. So this isn't that bad. Yeah, he's gonna be disappointed he doesn't get a win. He's gonna be disappointed he's not gonna be on the podium.
And the last corner to navigate for the California native. Get on your feet and cheer for Jake Gagne as he grabs his first Hono Superbike win of his career, and he does it in fine style here at Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta.
It seems like it's been a long time since I've won a race here in MotoAmerica, you know, since 2015, so my first Superbike win. And it's cool to do it here, man. Everybody loves Road Atlanta. The fans here are awesome. We had a great turnout this weekend, so hats off to you guys.
Coming across the line, the number 2 Mathew Scholtz will bring home 2nd place, and the number 2 Josh Herrin, double podium to bookend the box for the Fresh and Lean Attack Performance Yamaha team.
I'm super happy leaving here with 2 podiums, good points. Stoked that Jake was able to get his first win. I didn't know it was his first win. I know it's a great feeling. Scholtz got his yesterday, so it's sick, and I'm super happy to be back with Richard and Yamaha. It's a family to me still, and I'm happy to be here and grateful for the opportunity. So hopefully we can improve in the next couple rounds and fight close to the front with these guys.
Cameron Petersen, his 4th place finish. He does that double.
What's up, my love? Well, you are on speaker as well with MotoAmerica. Yep. I forgot they had a winery celebrating my sister's 30th, so they're probably pretty sauced up. Thanks, Shasha.
Super proud of you. You did a great job.
I appreciate you. Thank you. I'll let you girls go back to drinking.
We are so proud of you, my love.
Thanks, gorgeous. But yeah, enjoy your day. I'll speak to you later.
Teams and riders are quickly learning what it will take to win as the paddock settles back into its rhythm. With a 1st and 2nd on the weekend, WESTBY Racing's Mathew Scholtz leads the standings by 13 points over Josh Herrin, with Bobby Fong in 3rd. Jake Gagne missed out on valuable points after not finishing race 1, but is in 5th place behind Cameron Petersen after his career first victory in race 2. Failing to score any points in round 1, Loris Baz will not forget this weekend, but use it to learn from as he enters round 2 at VIR with intense pressure to podium.
Overall, finishing 1st and 2nd, I couldn't be happier starting off the season, considering how things ended off during for the 2020 season there. Keep on watching for VIR. If you want to make passes there, you got to really lunge on someone. So it's going to be close, get the elbows out, and it should be fun.
This is something that, in my opinion, is long overdue, especially for Mathew and the team. Coming off of Indianapolis last year, this was the goal, to be here and do this this weekend. So for it to come to fruition it's pretty exciting. We're in a very good spot. I mean, it could all go to hell in a handbasket tomorrow, but tonight the 55-mile ride home will be extremely easy, I promise you guys that.